Hi, and welcome to Dawn Ross Therapeutic Yoga and Movement Moment for Jean. So we've been talking about the core the last couple months, and this month in my newsletter I talk about the fact that our core actually extends from the tip of our toes to the top of our head and out to the tips of our fingers. And so this month I'm going to give you a little taste of how that actually feels when our core is evoked rather than choked. So what I'm going to invite you to do is just come onto your hands and your knees into table pose. So the hands are underneath the shoulders and the knees are underneath the hips. Okay, the toes are tucked under. And all you're going to do here is just feel how it feels weighted. So how much weight you feel like you're carrying in your arms and hands, how much weight feels like is in your legs, whether there's a difference right to left, how the spine feels. And then for the next 3 breaths, just notice the movement of your inhalation and exhalation, specifically in the area at the bottom of the rib cage. Okay, so just feel the movement of the diaphragm on your inhale and your exhale here. And what I'm going to have you do is you're just a few times going to lift and lower the knees. Okay? And as you're lifting and lowering the knees, I just want you to become aware of where you feel the weight transfer, where you feel the work happening in your body. So if you're feeling a load go through your back, or if you're feeling strain through the wrists, or up into the shoulders or the neck, or if you feel the breath hold, just notice what's happening in your body each time you lift the knees. And then make sure that when you lower the knees, you give a moment for everything to come to rest before you lift again. Okay? So once you've got a good sense of what's happening in your structure today and what your firing pattern is, I'm going to get you to grab a couple of blocks. Okay, and so you're just going to have a couple of blocks at the side. What you're going to do is come up into a squatting position so that the balls of your feet are in contact with the floor, okay? And then what you're going to do is begin to lower the knees down towards the floor. So you can see if I go all the way to the floor with my sitting bones on my heels, that I come up onto my toes and I'm not into the ball of my feet anymore. So that's where you want the blocks, because you only want to lower the knees to the point that the balls of the feet stay grounded and connected with the floor. And then the sitting bones come back over the heels and you're sitting upright. So if you're not able to bring the sitting bones down onto the heels because of the knees or the feet or the lower leg, then this just wouldn't be appropriate for you. So you wouldn't want to prop up between your bottom and your heels. You want to be able to be in this position, okay? And so if it's not appropriate for you, send me an email and I'll send you an alternative, okay? So I'm just going to take 5 breaths here. Notice how the weight feels distributed. So if it all feels in the big toe or in the pinky, and see if you can settle in and feel all 10 toes. Three more breaths. You can feel how you're coming into the muscles and fascia of the lower leg. Okay? And then you're going to release that and release the feet on down to the ground. And you're going to come back into that table position. Okay? Toes are tucked under. Knees are under the hips. Hands are under the shoulders. And before you do anything, Again, just notice how you feel your weight distributed here, where you feel yourself connected with the earth or the ground, how your spine feels as it's supported between the arms into the shoulder socket and the legs into the hip socket. And feel your breath in those bottom ribs. Okay? Feel the connection of the feet on the floor. And then again, explore that lifting and lowering of the knees. And notice what's changed. Okay? As we become more connected and grounded to our feet and our legs, our core can actually feel less effortful. So it actually can feel lighter and easier to lift ourselves up off the ground. Next month we're going to play with some movements that bring a grounding or a greater connection through the shoulder girdle. So those of you that are still feeling pressure or struggle through the wrists, make sure you check back with next month's movement moment, and we'll see if we can have you find some more ease there as well. So thanks so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day. Love to hear any comments or questions that you might have. You can email me at yogadawn@shaw.ca. Thanks so much. Namaste.